Hello and welcome. This is another analysis video from the Major itself. Today was the elimination stage, best of ones, and there was actually one quite major upset, and that was between NAVI and MIBR. I want to look at this because we finally have a little insight from the camp of NAVI in this interview right here, which played, and it's headlined Insani outplayed us fully on banana, and this will be the video about. We will see exactly how. But before I jump into the demo, I want to scroll down to the relevant portion of the interview where interviewer asked he struggled dealing with Insani in particular. He was getting entries left and right, and rounds were over before they even started. What was the issue with dealing with that aggression at the beginning? To which Blade's response is, I think he was playing well aggressively, constantly stressing us out on banana. The first 3 or 4 buy rounds he outplayed us fully on banana. On Inferno, it's usually always like this. It's all about banana. If you're not having good enough map control, good timings of aggression, calculating stuff, how to be step ahead, then you can counter and to slow them down. We made a couple of mistakes, and this is how banana looks. It's fragile. You make one mistake and he can instantly find an entry. Entries on Inferno are crucial. Yeah, we're gonna jump into the demo. I will be helping myself with the strat-based app, which I'm testing currently. This is not a sponsor segment or anything like that, but I think it will be nice to see an overview of the round before we actually jump into that. But we have the game already loaded up. Main focus points obviously is going to be Mr. Insani. And yeah, it's obviously Inferno, as we spoke about. It's quite a pick that I think NAVI themselves didn't expect that much in a best of one, but they get to play it nonetheless. Blade actually said that they haven't prepped this map that much and they felt under pressure because of that, and it's always tough to deal with that in a best of ones. This round I will just let it play out. It's a kind of brawl on middle, there's a lot of things going on, and then eventually MIBR are able to convert this 2v3 with a pretty good decision to rotate late round into the B split. I'll just play it out because what we want to focus on generally are those banana fights, but we have light pressure from drop. Jail on the flank is spotted, and that gives Safi actually free pathway all the way to B side, where he plants the bomb, and then he wins crucial one-on-one against Jail here. We thought had a good timing, but it's not really happening. After that, Safi just cleans up. And we can already start analyzing this whole banana thingy going on from the round 2, because it is not necessarily a full buy, meaning gun round versus gun round, but it is definitely a force against anti-force, I would say. Insani having a pretty good spawn, he's going to battle for this banana control, and he's going to be doing quite a good job of it throughout the whole half. It starts very simply with just taking initial control over the half wall, jumping on the barrels, and this is going to be a crucial spot for Insani throughout this half, so I want to just keep an eye out on that. Jail gets mollied off, but good timing on the smoke lets him play in front of it, completely blocks any aggression. MIB are kind of forced to give it up, and in the end they decide to go B anyway. Insani, because of the smoke in the pool from LXCB, is making sure that no one is playing ahead of the smoke, so around sandbags it's quite common bait, but an effective one, especially in lower tier of professional CS, obviously. We have another brawl, defensive smoke from Jail on the side, but he gets to play around it, but only to a degree where he gets 1 kill, gets immediately traded from Insani. Insani grabs the bomb, makes his way to plant the bomb, and even though it's 3v4 right now, the health is not looking that great for NAVI members. Great double from Insani, then Safi actually finishes the job here on LXCB. They know that he's stuck there, and the round is over. Okay, next round is actually a pretty interesting call, and I'm gonna leave POV. It's a B rush. I'm gonna leave POV on Jail throughout this thing, because there's one thing going on, is that he decides to juggle his nades into the B like that. And unfortunately, his teammates did not really help him to get delivered this smoke. And now, funny thing is that terrorists are actually faster in B side than Jail as a B player, because he was juggling the smokes. It happens, I understand that they wanted to play 4A, but I think initially the call was good to make sure the Jail has those extra smokes, but MIBR already one step ahead by just pushing straight away Safi in a disgusting position, and this is going to play a role later because he's controlling this whole space, offers a flash for those escaping from Banana, and even though the flash did not catch too much of an attention, they're still making sure that they're winning this round and surviving 2 of them. Okay, now before we move into the first actual gun round, I wanna share with you this gun round on a strat base. So it's this one. I just wanna let it play out and focus on one thing: how much of a resources and how many people are actually going to fight for this Banana. You see immediately 3 players going there. Lukaozi is actually the one fulfilling a supportive role by throwing something we call Kerrigan smoke, which lands right here. He's throwing it from here, and then he's gonna offer a flash to counter any aggression. And then Safi is the one, actually this is like a double move in one, where Safi is the one taking the advantage of that Kerrigan smoke, and we're gonna see that the demo, while Drop and Insani is doing completely different play in order to catch people above the smoke and above the half wall. So as I said, the barrel's position is going to be extremely important throughout this half, and Jail is gonna get caught off guard multiple times, and it starts with a round here where Jail just dies completely for free. Let's see all how it pans out, but I want to keep an eye out how in these early gun rounds MIBR are going to abuse Banana with 4 players fighting for it against sometimes 2 CTs, sometimes 3 CTs. In this round actually Imme supported B-side in the beginning by throwing a couple of nades, but we see that Safi is the one using the Kerrigan smoke. He placed on the edge of it, and now JL gets caught completely off guard. And if even Safi didn't manage to kill him, I'm pretty sure Insani is having just pretty much free kill him. In the end, Insani is the one getting the kill. And just from the look of the Jail, he clearly wanted to time the molly and somehow molly in front of it. Gets caught off guard. And this is just what happens on Inferno. As Blade said, on Inferno, entries are crucial, and it kind of dissolves later on, where Alexi B is the only one towards B, and NAVI are making a little gamble play to keep 3 players towards A. But Insani is going to hit a shot on Alexi B, which pretty much secures the round and lets NAVI players save. By the way, I want to still... This is just a chase of the safe players, but I want to point out Insani's kill on Imme here. He spots him on side right there. Now look at this pre-fire here. Bait is completely unaware, going to die in the back. And then in the end, it's just wonderful in the pit. And it gets overrun by pretty much every single T alive. Now, next round is half buy coming from NAVI, and these are the rounds where, where terrorists are going to fight for Banana, but they're not going to commit every single player or 4 players like we will see in gun rounds. Drop and Insani working in tandem to secure all this Banana control. There's very little CTs can do about this, other than flash push, but Drop is making sure that he's always playing anti-flash. Jail gets a flag on coffins. Insani being super aggressive and taking raw duels, super confident from the get-go. He's currently sitting on 9-1 scoreline, and he's basically dictating the whole tempo of this Banana, whether it would be through aggression or positioning or nade usage. In the end, they decide to hit B once again. Even though this round gets a little bit chaotic, good smoke from Alexi B and a good amount of flashes coming from NAVI players, but simply the firepower is just too hard to get a hang of. Wonderful gets one, but nothing left to be done. Bit is again the one saving. Let's speed forward to another round, which I will show you again. Second gun round I want to show you on strat base. It's gonna be round 6. And we're paying attention again. Look at this. 4 players starting immediately towards Banana, and Safi being the one supporting. So it's essentially 4.5 players there, because 4 players are rushing and 5th player is doing instant CT smoke. They're trying to do a B rush from the get-go, and they're basically trying to bully their way into the side, beating all the aggressive nades that CTs are actually throwing themselves, that being the deep molo and then the HE. Insani hits a shot on JL, which again gets caught, I guess, out of position or mistimed his basically secure spot. Alexi B gets a good job of actually deploying a defensive smoke up here. I like that, but I will show you how it looks in the demo for Insani. He basically gets a control of the whole situation. He knows where Alexi B might be and where he isn't. Therefore, he's just laser focused on him. And this is again great usage of the best spawn towards Banana. And as a Banana player, this is a blessing. This is exactly what you want to keep doing. And this is off of the back of pause as well, and sometimes in pauses like this, CTs are actually thinking, we're losing towards B a lot, let's make an adjustment. But they do this adjustment like 1 round delayed, because it will be the obvious one if they do it immediately right after the pause, and maybe that could have changed the call that the drop is making as an IGL of MIBR to rush B, because they will feel like, yes, they're struggling with Banana, they're probably gonna send 3 or 4 players to fight for it, but a lot of teams are doing it with 1 round delay in order to mind game the opponent into thinking they are clearly taking a pause to figure out how to fight for Banana, let's hit A instead, where there might be 1 player less. But Insani is beating all the nades. You can see how far he went with a knife in, gets a kill on Jail very smoothly, and now the defensive smoke from Alexi B actually shows exactly where he is, because he couldn't be anywhere else. He's either in the smoke or behind triple, and Insani is not even bothered clearing the second box right here, because he just knows that Alexi B cannot be here. And a save from Navi now, and there's just nothing to be done. It's gonna be 6-0. And again, Insani on the forward hunt, he just can't be stopped at this point. Slow HP here. He gets punished, but still 15-2 so far. Huge impact from him. Another Banana spawn, which is ridiculous, but let's see how it goes this time. So as I was saying, this is exactly what a lot of teams are doing. So off of the back of the pause, they're not going to change that much. But the one round after is usually when the change happens. Look at the start from Navi, making sure that 4 players are actually starting towards B. 2 of them are deploying all their nade, 2 of them are ready for any aggression. And then it will make T's guess if actually B players have a lot of nades to work with, because they used a lot already, but they don't know that those were the A players that actually threw those nades. They're gonna be actually giving them space back right now, and I think this is not a bad call at all that they decide to, for the first time in the game, apart from the base round, to end towards A side. They take mid control while Insani is left towards B. And now Insani is joining as well towards this A side. I'm gonna keep spectating him. He's going to do a wonderful job at entry pathing here, where he plays around the smoke and misses bit just very unfortunately, but in the end he recovers in terms of finding him and making sure that he's always tradable. I like that smoke that they deployed as well to break all the crossfires from Pit, and it forces Pit out of his comfort position. And another hunt, I believe. Hunt for the guns. Jail gets spotted, but I think this one goes with Jail surviving. And Insani actually dies. Another pause, and now we are hitting probably a panic button if we're Navi. 7-0 down on city side of Inferno. We still don't know how to deal with Banana. And now this is, I think this is the round where Insani is going to change the direction of how he's going to play this part of the map, and that is going to be a smoke play, which he's going to use pretty much every single time until the end of the game. I wonder if this is the round where he starts using it. I want to see it. Nope, it's not coming yet. Oh yeah, but this is a different play that is actually extremely helpful, and that is that he's going to make sure that CTs cannot ever push down Banana. This is the smoke that kind of blocks vision towards Banana, but he's going to molly car twice, and he's going to get the second molly, he's getting it, and second molly being thrown just as his first one is fading, making sure that no one can be close ever. And as the molly is fading, they're just gonna nade the car, get a flash from Safi, it's already flying right here. It's gonna go up here. And with this flash, JL completely blind is going to be forced away from the card position. You can see how Insani is actually entering this banana pathway, even through the smoke. He just knows that no one is close. Look at, they're not even clearing close left, because they know that they couldn't push the double molly setup that they threw prior to the play to retake banana. They forced another smoke away from CTs. And already great map control used from, already great map control utilized from MIBR. Last smoke deployed towards this B site. It's a third smoke in technicality, but it's pretty safe to assume that it's the last one. And now this is going to be again a brawl towards this B side, which will go in a way of MIBR through extremely unfortunate situation where there are 4 players about to fight for this B, but Wonderful gets blind for a brief period, team kills JL with a burst, and Insani therefore gets out of the smoke and kills Wonderful completely unaware. This is super unfortunate, but even though it was 4v4 brawl on B, I think it was pretty hard for NAVI to do something about it. Is Insani getting another best spawn? Surely this is crazy. The amount of best spawns that he's getting for this game is definitely helping him bring his aggression alive. And this is the smoke I was exactly talking about, and I'll say exactly why it's so strong. He is pre-firing this smoke. He's deploying it before even anything happens, and he makes his way into this corner right here. And he plays always on the edge of it, because the molly that CTs are throwing, which is the most common one, and NAVI are throwing it pretty much all the time, is the one that kind of burns the both corners. But with this smoke, it's never going to spread. And even if it would, for whatever reason, Insani just can't play on the edge of the smoke. And now he has complete map control again, just through a well-placed utility. You can see another molly eaten by this very smoke. It's basically just wasted 1.5k out of NAVI's pockets, and they are not even aware. Insani is still on 79 HP drop. It's the second banana player on 100 HP. I'm sorry, 100 HP. They get to another missed molly. This is okay. This was a fail of Alexi B. He just missed it completely. But the 3 mollies that they used towards B this round so far did precisely 0 damage. They were completely wasted. And Safi, I know that I'm not looking at him too much this game, but if you watch a demo again and focus specifically on Safi for this half, you will see how extremely supportive of an AWPer he is, and he's throwing a lot of precise nades, and he's almost always with a nade in the hand, ready to either molly corner on banana, either molly sandbags, maybe nade sandbags. He's always offering flashes, and depending on what stage of banana Insani is, he's readjusting his flash throws, even though they are not needed. But he's just there in case Insani asks for them, and he decides to go for a play and punish CTs. So now they're gonna walk completely into the side here. Insani is going to plant the bomb, and CTs are going to save. This is again great conditioning from VR. By winning a lot of rounds towards this B, they are clearly prone to stacking this B side more because they can't deal with it otherwise. And again, as Blade said in an interview, they need to be one step ahead, and it seems like they're always one step just behind. They're always, even off of the back of that pause, they were one step behind with an aggression. If they were adjusting one round earlier, I think this could have been a much different game. But yeah, so far it's 9-0 in MIBR's favor. For the first time, Insani is not the one with the best spawn, but second best spawn. But I think Exit is going to not block him, exactly. So always make way for your banana player, he needs those spawns. And again, we have exactly the same smoke. This time it was a drop that threw it for Insani. And we're just making sure that CTs cannot ever be aggressive. Flash to pick a half wall. Chill was spotted because he used the molly, and now they know that he's still stuck there. Insani takes a road duel and wins a head-on 1v1 against JL. He's looking for Alexi B like he did in the first gun round, but unfortunately this is where Ima actually spams him well from CT and actually smokes banana as well, which forces T's away from banana. In the end, they're gonna end B again, and Safi did an incredibly good job by lurking with an AWP and getting an A kill actually, which makes the rotation possible back to A side. Bit as an A anchor died, and they're just gonna go into the side, but it's unfortunately that here terrorists are not going to be able to plant a bomb. Lukauzi, instead of sticking the bomb plant, he's actually choosing to fight Wonderful and trade him. He is unable to do so, and therefore they don't have a time to plant the bomb, which is first round for Navi in a way that they bolt. MIBR humbled this round. It wasn't Navi really winning it, it was more like MIBR losing it. But banana fight, again, Insani was completely in control there, I feel like. Okay, now we have a little bit different approach. Again, Navi are starting with the 4 CTs towards banana, and this is exactly the round where they're just not fighting for it. They're retaking it a little bit late. With a variety of flashes, Chael gets down to 35, again through the position that we've seen Insani use quite a lot in the game. We have a light pressure towards B with a CT smoke, and he gets boosted up to counter any flashes. If you don't know, in this position, if you are standing up, this roof right here is blocking all the pop flashes, especially from coast, these ones, so you're never gonna get blind. If you crouch, which it makes sense that you want to crouch there, but then you're gonna eat all those flashes, so be careful for that. Then we're again ending towards B side, and Chael and Alexei are both super scared of this B, saving 2 mollies actually, and the real attack is coming on A side, so in the end this is again the round where Navi manages to hold off this A side, and you can see that the clear weakness throughout this game is B, as Blade suggested. Last round of the hull. Let's see how they're going to approach this banana. Again, pre-smoke from Insani in the very same position. It again cancels the molly. Beautiful stuff. A lot of utility used, and this is actually the first time where Chael, last round of the hull, where he outplays Insani instead, with a well-timed flash from Alexei B and the peek. Now, Chael is gonna get punished and naded away, 4 HP, and then Alexei B takes his spot. And in an attempt to trade Chael, Alexei B is actually close enough to be the one taking these fights, and he ends this hull with a 3k and 9-3 hull for MIBR. After leading 9-0, so admittedly it could have been way worse for Navi, but I love the way how Insani approached this whole banana fight. And even though I'm not a banana player myself, I think there's a lot of takeaways that you can do and how to play aggressively, but at the same time with a lot of utility thrown either by yourself or by your Oper, which is going to naturally fulfill that role on Inferno T side. So that was quite in-depth whole half. I hope you enjoyed it, guys, and I will try to do some more reviews like this throughout the major. If something you find interesting, let me know in the comment section below. I am going to be taking a look at that, and yeah, let's learn together. This is the best tournament in the world that is going on right now. Let's learn and soak up knowledge from the game that we all love. Cheers. Thank you. Bye-bye. Huge shout out to my coffee members for your continual support so I can make more videos like this for you. Their name is on the screen right now, and if you want to appear here too, check out my coffee page where you can gain tons of cool and exclusive perks at various tiers of membership. And when I say they're cool, I mean it. Give it a look, it's worth it. Thank you for making my content better and possible.